I was so surprised when I found out that most of us spend over 80,000 hours of our lives trading time for money. And money is a huge source of stress for a lot of us, and we always feel like we don't have enough. But what if we could make money online? Imagine all the freedom that would come with it, the extra cash to pay for holidays, the option to work part-time or to just take time off, or even to just go for that job that you genuinely enjoy without having to worry about the paycheck. I'm Annie, I'm a brand and web designer and founder of Emptistudio, and after working with so many businesses and also researching this topic, like watching a lot of Ali Abdal's videos, I found out that there's really three main ways of making money through the internet, and that is number one, by selling a service, number two, by selling a product, or number three, by selling attention. And we're going to cover all of this today. Don't worry about taking notes because I'm linking this whole slide deck for you down below, so you can always refer back whenever you need. So to make money, you must first understand what is money. Let's dive deep into it. At the core, money really is just a medium for exchanging value, and we all use money to buy things we find valuable. So if we want to make money online, we need to be providing some kind of value that someone else is willing to take out the hard-earned cash for and pay for it. So there's three main levels of making money online. For a beginner, that's really easy to get started on, is selling a service, and that is a skill that you might possess already. And then another level up is selling products, and this could be either physical or digital, and that takes us to level number three, which is what the pros are all doing, which is selling attention by creating content. And remember that services, products, attention, these are the three main forms of value that people are willing to pay for. So let's dive into how do you sell a service. If you break it down, there's two main steps. Step one is to develop a skill that people are willing to pay you for. And then step number two is to find the ideal customer who's willing to pay for that skill. So what skill can you monetize? Ask yourself, is there something that you're really good at and that you have an unfair advantage over other people? And do people compliment you on this? That's a really good sign. Also, can you see yourself doing this for the next 10 years? Longevity is really important. You're going to be spending a lot of time servicing clients using this skill, so if you don't enjoy it, you're going to really soon burn out. And finally, ask yourself, do you know anyone else who successfully monetized this skill? Do you have a proof of concept? And a pro tip is to map your journey using someone else. And this would give you a lot of great insights as to what are the best steps to take and what to expect also down the line. So who is willing to pay you for that skill? There's two groups of people. Number one is people in your real life, like family and friends. Is there anyone in your local community who's going to find this really helpful? For example, my first client was a local real estate agent, and he paid me $200 for me to design a flyer for him. It was really good value because other agencies were charging him a lot more. And for me, I couldn't believe that just spending a couple of hours designing a quick A4 flyer was able to make me $200. Group number two is people on the internet, and these are people that you don't know yet, and you can either reach out to them through things like cold DMs, cold calls, cold emails, or alternatively, I'm going to teach you in the selling attention phase of how to attract people who know, like, and trust you by putting content there online. It's important to be mindful that there are a few downsides of selling services, and the main thing is that you have to trade time for money, which isn't very scalable because our time is such a limited resource. But you can bypass this by hiring employees, delegating, but if you want to stay lean and keep it a one-person business, you really need to reach level two, which is to sell a product. Now, selling products is a much more scalable approach, and you can either sell digital or physical products. And this means you're no longer directly tied to the amount of time that you're putting in, and ideally you want to sell something that has a one-time cost to create, and then you can sell infinite copies of it. So the cost of reproduction should be zero, and the cost of distribution should be zero as well, and the ongoing time commitment should also be as low as possible. So this way you make the product once and you can sell it a million times without too much additional effort. I would really recommend you to stay away from physical products, and this is from personal experience of helping my mum out with her ceramics business back in the day, where you don't just have to worry about getting clients, which is really hard because it's so competitive, but also you have to worry about inventory, about shipping, about damaged goods, and about customer feedback and complaints, and it's just a lot of headache. So I really do think that digital products is the way to go. And what this entails is things like a website, an app, an online course, or an ebook. And the beauty of this is that there is that one-time cost of production, but once you create them, the cost to reproduce them is very, very low, and there's not much ongoing maintenance. Example of this would be to sell Canva templates on Etsy, and I do have a template shop on there, and it's really good because you just make it once, and then you don't have to even worry about marketing it too much, because platforms like Etsy, they have their own search engine, and then people will just find it, and you'll see some amounts of money trickling in. And if you do this at scale, it can become a decent income source. So there's two ways of selling digital products. Number one, either selling other people's products like dropshipping or using affiliate marketing, which I love. Or number two is to sell your own products. And this could look like online courses, ebooks, or digital templates. So let's dive into affiliate marketing. And this is one of my favorites, is selling someone else's stuff, but you're getting a commission. And some examples are softwares. So we all use a bunch of software, and some of my favorites are like Notion, my note-taking app, and what I use for project management. I love it, and I would recommend all my family it, I would recommend my clients it, and I would also share it on social media. Like I'll link the affiliate link down below this video. And there's also other physical products like Amazon links. So you'll see a lot of creators, they link certain products in the description box. So that's what you can use. And then there's also services. So this one, not too many people think about it. But for example, I'm a graphic designer and I have friends who are photographers, and we actually share similar client bases. So what we can do is we can share our resources and come up with a partnership program. So for example, if I refer him a client, he might give me 10% of his profits. And likewise, if he refers me a client, I'll share 10% of my profit as a thank you for him. So this way you can really build that win-win scenario even within your own network. And so here are some softwares that I am affiliates of and that you can really easily find the links for as well. So Flowdesk is my go-to email service provider. They are beautiful, and I build out all of my clients' email newsletters using this software. So essentially when they sign up, they'll sign up using this link, and I get a tiny bit of kickback on that. And then there's also Webflow, which is my website builder, and I build all my custom websites on there as well. And likewise, like when my clients use it, they'll use this. And the good thing about affiliate links is that sometimes, not always unfortunately, but sometimes the client also gets a discount. Like for example, they might get like 50% off, or they might get 1 month free. And that's really good because it is that win-win scenario where everyone's happy. And Notion is what I mentioned before, my favorite. The first person that used this link and got me paid was my partner. So I was helping him run an email, and Notion has this like AI tool that can help proofread and help kind of zhuzh up your writing. And then he saw me use it and he was like, oh my god, that's so cool, like I'm gonna download it. And I just like dropped him my link just in case, and he ended up being a paying subscriber to the software. So then I get like a tiny bit of kickback every month, and it's just fun, and you can see how it can accumulate if you have a wider audience. So that brings us to level 3, which is selling attention and creating content. So what is it? Attention is this magical ability to supercharge all of our money-making powers. If you still don't get it, that's okay. We're going to break it down. Essentially, we're living in what's called an attention economy. And this quote by Michael Goldhaber sums it up perfectly. In an internet age, attention, not information, is the scarcest resource. And to turn our online presence into a vehicle for driving income is not as far-fetched as it might seem. Imagine this: you've built a personal brand that resonates with people. They know you, they like you, and most importantly, they also trust you. Now picture this audience. They're willing to engage with whatever services, products, or offerings that you've created because you've designed it for them. And whether it is these services or products or online courses, as long as they find it helpful, then you only need 1,000 true fans to make a living online. Kevin Kelly wrote this essay called 1,000 True Fans, explaining how you only need 1,000 people to pay you $100 a year to make $100K annually, and that is pretty cool. So the question is, how do I gain true fans online? And the solution and answer to that is to share free and valuable information on the internet. And this follows the rule of reciprocity, a psychological principle and social norm where people feel obliged to return favors or kindnesses that they receive. And in his book, Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion, Robert Cialdini emphasizes the power of this principle, stating that the rule says that we should try to repay in kind what another person has provided us. And this insight can be a real guiding principle for content creators trying to build that loyal and engaged audience. And this idea of building goodwill has been around for centuries. Those who have received value without cost, they're more likely to purchase your paid products or services later on. In essence, you have to focus first on building those relationships, and then only then can you consider monetizing. So here's a recap of the key takeaways. There's 3 levels of making money online. And number 1 is to sell services, number 2 to sell products, or finally to sell attention. And you can tap into each of these in different ways. I would start off by selling a service and monetizing a skill that I have and getting that income in from clients first. And then you can start building digital products around that service to supplement maybe even your client projects. And then you can slowly start to create content around your expertise in the subject matter. In this way, you're driving potential traffic to your services, attracting potential clients, and you're also attracting a potential customer base to buy those digital products as well. So think about how you're going to leverage your understanding from this training and then how you're going to take it into your business moving forward. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I know you'll love this playlist on the left, which dives into even more trainings just like this one. And if you prefer listening on the go, check out the Brand Creator podcast, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.